I'ma fight about the team. If it comes, I'ma die with it. Casualties, casually to any adversaries. If it's necessary, I'ma go and come and ride with it. Let me welcome you to my legion. If you mess with us, we gon' put you on a t-shirt. Never take a day off, what's a leisure? Squad's always up, this teamwork, streamwork. चलो फिर आ जाओ सारे एक एक मारे फिर एक और एक गारे सारे मेरे बंटर बावे रेगिस्तान में भी हम नदियां बहा दे चलो साले दे मत बहाने वाला टना मत जब हम आ जाए सामने और करे तेरे बारे मेरे मेरी टीम मेरे पीछे क्या करेगा तू जब I said I got your back 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 I said I got your back 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 I said I got your back in my team we adapt we a family from around the world we are back you can never take us down and that's a fact all we do is improvise and adapt I said I got your back said I got your back said I got your back and I said I got your back 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 and I said I got your back said I got your back said I got your back and I said I got your back said I got your back said I got your back हम खड़े फिर यहीं ऊपर आसमान नीचे जमीन पूरा है अब हमें यकीन बढ़ते रहना आगे और चढ़ते रहना ऊपर साथ मेहनत है और हमारा जमीन खुशी हो या गमी जीत की तरफ है बढ़ते जाना लड़ते जाना कभी माननी है हार नहीं we work hard and we play hard चाहे जितना भी दिखे हम गंभीर चलो करें मजे I said I got your back and my team we adapt we a family from around the world we are back you can never take us down and that's a fact all we do is improvise and adapt I said I got your back and I said I got your back and I said I got your back and I said I got your back all we do is improvise and adapt
rocking. Gotta stay locked in goggins. Gotta ball out like Robin. Straight to the top, I'm all in. Ordinary's like a toxin. I don't wanna be like Robin. I just wanna leave no watching. Fuck caution, I ain't gonna be common. I got the confidence, I got mine and shit like I'm the baddest bitch in the club. I'm here for dominance, I'm being honest, that's what I want. I'll never give up, I want the whole place sold out. My name in every mouth. You know I'm after this shit till the world say my motherfucking name. Say my name. Say my name.
Second one. Oh, maybe a third. To his name. Possible.
You know I'm after this shit till the world say my motherfucking name.
Neely Johnson doing second ace.
Say my motherfucking name. Say my. You know I'm after this shit till the world say my motherfucking name.
Baby, no cap, I'm captain. Honey, no rings on me, ain't bagging. Diesel, feeling I'm massive. I kill it like Shaq, I'm shacking. That little bitch, she savage. Hit it on top all night, I'm damaged.
Oh, hey.
Okay, welcome in. So today we've got opening of TCC season 2. All right, so we've got two beautifully awesome teams, you know. Looking forward to a really good game. My name's Clean. I'm here with co-caster Wampy. We've got GZGO versus Alter Ego. Round 1. I think I saw Alter Ego last season. Or no, it would have been in VLE back when I played. They were pretty good back then. I don't know how they've changed up or anything. I know I haven't seen any of these people on this team before, but looking through it, looks like it should be a good game. And then GZGO, I've never heard of them. You know, who are they? We don't know. We're about to find out tonight, though. Anything you want to say, Wampy?
Nothing much, but we do notice that Alter Ego has made a last-minute roster changes yesterday, I believe, where they swap out 2 players, CJ and Kyle, for pretty sure. I don't know the 2 new people, but yeah, it was pretty last minute.
I've never been a fan of last-minute roster changes, if I'm being honest. You know, I feel like it kind of messes with the flow of things. You kind of want to have your team solidified earlier, but who knows? This may be for the better. It could work out for them in their favor. It looks like our first map's going to be Ascent, with GZGO being the pick for that, or picking attack for that. So followed by Sunset with Alter Ego choosing defense, and then our decider is going to be on Lotus with Alter Ego choosing to attack. Are there any kind of like comps you want to see tonight, Wampy? Like
Comms, I feel like usually, you know, the basic Ascent's gonna be the Jet, KO, KJ, Omen, Sova. You know, you're the basic. That's the basic. I'm not expecting too much of a major, you know, wild team that on the first day. So I am hoping if I do see a Yoru on Sunset, which would be quite fun to watch with his TPs, the flashes, his quick gameplay, you know.
I think that could be interesting. I'm personally huge Fnatic fan, so I wouldn't mind seeing the Chamber on Ascent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that'd be really interesting.
Yeah, was it Alphair who played
Alphair.
Chamber? Yeah.
Yo,
He was really good with the op too. I
it
gotta
was so
say.
crazy.
Like,
I was at Masters Toronto just last
Really?
month. Yeah, I actually got to watch the Sen versus Fnatic game. That one was super awesome.
It must have been crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. Alfie on that Chamber, it just went insane. So I'd like to see some Chamber on Ascent here. Sunset, I'm thinking maybe we can get like some double controller comp, maybe some Viper Omen, Viper Brim. That'd be pretty interesting. I'm just not wanting to see, you know, the basic carbon copy comps. You know, those get a little boring after a while. Seeing some mix-ups here would be
Yeah.
really interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah, it gets boring to see the same basic comps, you know? Like,
Mhm.
the meta comps. Kind of boring to watch. You already know what's going to happen. You know what they're going to do. But, yeah. Okay, looks like we're underway on Ascent. Going through agent picks. And, yeah, we see the usual Jet, Omen, Sova on AE with KJ.
JJ. Personally, I much prefer Vise over a KJ or a Cypher. Which we're seeing that over towards GZGO.
Oh, they're in the chamber. They're in the chamber, the double.
Oh, the double.
I do have to say, yeah, like with Vice, you're gonna have to go double.
Yeah.
Senti,
Champ-
you can't
yeah.
go single.
I
Yeah.
I honestly really like this comp I'm seeing right here.
Yeah.
Same comp my team runs. It's super like info heavy.
Yeah.
And it's really good for taking like mid control.
Exactly.
And then we're seeing more of a standard comp over here towards the alter ego side.
Yeah, you can't hit on that, you know.
I mean, you can't really hit on it. Besides the
Yeah.
Neon might be an
the
interesting
last
pick.
change. Yeah. Well, we do see a Yoru, which I've been hoping for,
Yeah.
and seems like they're switching
Okay,
back to
no,
Jet.
they
I
choose
guess.
Jet, okay.
Neon would have been interesting. I never seen Neon.
It would have been
so-
really interesting.
Yeah.
See how that works out.
Still choosing. Okay. You have any which team would you be rooting for on this game?
Honestly, just because I like to see the chamber, I'm going for GZGO right now. I think this would be an interesting comp to watch.
Yeah, especially with this unique team, you know. Oh, okay. And we're underway. Seems like they're going to be doing a default on AE is going to be doing a default with 2 mid. Mainly playing for info, I believe. And oh no, they're switching back to A. Leaving KJ for lower can be.
That normal KJ turn set up outside.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh. Okay. Seems like they're pushing up mid, trying to take space into tree. Oh, and Chamber with the early pick. That's what we often see with the Chamber, with aggressive peaks like that, and jab with. Oh. Oh, what a shock dart by Shifty. So they already have sight and they're planning already. Ooh, seems like an aim diff. I guess
Last player
UV.
standing.
that's a
2v1.
good shot.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, he has a chance. KJ has a chance. No mollies. Yeah, mollies are broken. He gets off. Oh, and he focuses on the turret, and then he peeks with that.
Clutch by Duke.
Good clutch.
Down mid. With that KJ outside towards tiles, looking towards mid.
Yep.
And then they just kind of went up through catwalk slowly. Chamber got that early pick on A main, and then they used that to take their advance into tree to try and survive him. Not surprise him. My apologies.
Yeah. Seems like a pretty evenly matched team for now. It's still the first round. We don't know much.
It is first round, yeah.
But we can see they're pretty even, I would say. Seems like the same thing as last round. This time Chamber goes into the tree and TP's out after being spotted. No one blind comes through. Gets no one though.
Okay, Omen goes down in tree.
Yeah. Oh, and Jet with the nice shots. A 3K. A nice pick by Vice. Could be hoping for an ace here by Jet over here, and
One enemy
gets the
remaining.
4th. Does he get the 5th? Oh, and he gets the 5th. We have already an ace on the second
The
round.
first ace of the season on the
Already.
second round.
How would I pronounce this guy's name? Aidmadite?
Aid made it.
I don't.
I don't
Aid
know.
made it.
Either
Okay,
way.
Aid made it. Yeah. Already an ace. I don't know. I was hoping we'd see an ace later on in a more intense situation, but get up on the second round already. Again, they're doing the same the mid push that they've been doing for the past 2 rounds. Seems like Omen went for a fake TP onto A main, and when Chamber gets a easy pick. And TP's back in the tree. We have both Omens in A main. With Yuri coming into support. Went Shifty with another.
He doesn't know that Omen's in wine.
Yeah. And Cam wins the Omen duel.
It's a good trade by Cam, yeah.
Yeah, and looks like A is gonna be shifting towards B after getting their teams down in mid and A. Oh, and Wondo with the 2K. Holding off A main by himself there.
This isn't over.
Not much any big noticeable surprising things that have happened yet, just the basics. Normal stuff. Oh, for this time they're going 5-man B. With Chamber peeking earlier.
Got a 3-stack here on B though.
Yeah. Flash out, gets no one. Trying to trip out the Vice wall's down because of the KO knife. Oh, and it comes out now. Oh, Vice with the with the 2, and then Aid made it. Gets 2 again. Oh.
Spike planted.
Do with the lane hold, and we have both players in CT just waiting. Do is smoked off, but there is an alarm bot waiting for Chamber. And
One enemy remaining.
TP's back into market, but the door's closed. This might be a save.
Honestly, he should just save here.
Yeah, just back out. He might go for a pick on. No. Oh, yeah, it's just a safe. Oh, Aid made it. Does not survive the spike explosion. I don't think that would matter. I don't think that would matter too much because their economy does seem pretty good.
I mean, looking at the scoreboard right now, it looks like one player's doing a lot of the majority of the work for this alter ego squad.
To be fair, he is the duelist, the sole duelist.
Yeah.
You do gotta get your picks for the team. At the same time, he is pulling the wagon really, really hard. It's the same default I've been seeing. Can Chamber get?
Chamber has
on
a time
Aid?
here.
Oh,
He does not get it though.
just the aim and Shifty with the one
Spike
like
down,
against Mahum. I guess. A quick reposition into tree. Yeah. Ooh. The trip's gone. They get one. Shifty with the 2. Cam.
Player standing.
And Wando.
And Chamber closing it out.
Yeah.
I feel like Alter Ego does best here when they just, you know, they don't slow down, they don't stop like that. Like that very first round when they just flooded into tree and took sight, it worked out in their favor. And kind of the same thing when they did the same when they did the 5 stack on B. But that round, it felt like they just kind of slowed down right outside a tree after that chamber. Chamber peeked and TP'd out, and that kind of led to them, you know, losing that round.
Yeah, so they somewhat lost their tempo after that chamber peak, and then after losing their Sova in mid. Since it's going to be a 5-man A push. Quick smoke, a quick rotate, too, by the defense. Silvador comes out, and he gets scanned. Does he get sprayed to the smoke? No, he doesn't. Oh. Sexy Viking with the classic kill on Cam. Oh, that molly has missed. The KJ molly. Have a retake. All 3 on heaven. Chamber with the op. Looking into hell. Yeah. Oh. I feel like the KO flash ruined the chat.
Enemy remaining.
A good shot by Duke on Sheriff against the op.
Okay, we know the drill. Stick to your roles and we'll crush it.
So this round is gonna be a B push with Omen lurking mid or on A. They pop the KO ults, denying the Vice Yuto. Already on site, they have 3 here already on. Oh, and oh,
Thorns are alive.
really good shots by Aid with it. I don't, and a 3K. Chamber going through lane, trying to find the Sova, and he gets one jumping down and TP's out. Oh my, a good blind, and he pops the ult, and it's 2v1. It is retake and Cam. Oh my.
Interesting ult play by the Chamber.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know how he gets that jump shot. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I would say that jump shot.
The flying headhunter shot was interesting.
Though it was really lucky. I would like to replay on that, you know, personally. that tech pause. Oh, we have our first tech pause already for AE. Yeah. Tech pause.
I would like to see a little bit more, you know, like creativity in the Visor setup. It looks like they're just mainly putting, you know, trip B main and then 1 Thorn mid, 1 Thorn main, or Thorn on lane, Thorn main.
Yeah.
Moving it around would raise a little bit more questions for the attacking side, causing them to slow down just a little bit.
Yep. I feel like I would like to see the Vice play around their YouTube more, you know, like instead of just making it deny the entry. It would be interesting to see like if the wall is used on site somehow, you know, like you could do a trap play, put like your vines on it. But we're just seeing the common just Yuto. And here we see AE with a mixed buy, with some having not great of an econ, but
Hey, as long as Aid made it, got to Vandal, I feel like they're doing fine.
17 and 4, you know, like that is quite a high number when you're only on what, the 8th round.
Yeah. Feels like he's the raid boss of the server.
Raid boss, yes. Although we're not seeing much kills on.
Boss, by the way.
Hmm?
Alter Ego is having attack pause.
Oh yeah.
Just so you guys know.
Yeah. Although the majority of AE hasn't got many kills, except 8 made it. They do have a really good util that supports them. And I feel like that util really does make a difference. But 8 made it just has that raw aim that he just feels confident going to site.
Attack pause over.
Alright. And seems like tech pause is over and will be underway in 4 seconds. Here it seems like the A push with chamber peeking to A main. Jet pops the ult. K with the knife trying to get the chamber, but the dart misses, goes into smoke, or is that? Here comes a drone. He's gonna have to TP out, yeah.
Yeah.
And here we have 4A. We have Omen on B. I don't know what Omen's doing. And Aid made it. Gets another with his knife somehow. I don't know. And the Sova ult denies the KJ. And looks like they're gonna be slowly backing out. Here comes a Sova dart. Gets 2, gets 3. And they know it's mid. Oh, what a shot by Cam.
Finally taking down Aid made it.
Yeah, I feel like if you take down Aid made it, you win the round. And Shifty, oh, with a nice one tap on Saxy Viking.
30
Looks
seconds
like
left.
they're gonna go back into A, but we have
One enemy remaining.
Vixen with the 2, holding down A by himself, and then Cam finishes it off in trade.
I survived obliteration. I will survive.
We're not seeing too much of an explosive gameplay by AE. We're just seeing them get their picks, playing for info. I think that's what they're best at, but yeah.
I feel like their game plan should be to just, you know, blind, and then throw Jet in there. Let Jet get all the picks, and then they win.
Exactly, yeah. We're yet to see the rest of AE get even 5 kills, with their second frag only being 3 and 6. And now it looks like, oh, the Aid made it into A, but Cam gets a kill, gets a 2, and gets traded out.
Down A.
I have no idea how he gets a 2 with a quick flick. And if you have Vixen and tree with Marlboro, if you have Shifty, Heaven, the dart, that goes into hell. And they're caught with the Vice ult, and that was...
The round's over, like that.
That's a quick retake, thanks to the Vice ult, which shuts down their weapons and gives them an easy round. But the opening picks by Cam, holding down A, killing Aid made it, and was it Saxy Viking? That quick 2K made a huge difference.
Yeah, right off the bat, taking out their entry and their smokes is like super impactful, and I'm pretty sure that's what helped win them the round.
Exactly, yeah.
And just what felt like a misplay by Alter Ego there when they grouped up in back gen and then just lost.
Yep. Seems as if they just let their Jet go in too early, and they didn't follow up very well.
He's 2 on Cat.
Oh, Saxy Viking with the early pick with the stinger. And we have Yoru in wine. The shock does hit him, but he gets the one. He gets one. Yeah.
Spike down A.
Oh. Even with inferior weaponry, they still have their insane aimer. I don't think Shifty's winning this. 1v3, low HP, surrounded
Any
by everyone.
situation is winnable. Never count anybody out.
You're right. You're right. Nothing really interesting going on, I'd say. Just the same basic stuff, you know. The usual. It's the usual default once again. No, it's a 4-man A push. Sova drone, and it seems like it's a 3-stack on defense on A. And Vixen looks ready to peek that and gets A to made it. And quickly TPS out to deny a trade. Good Cam in that corner, playing for a cross, but AE looks like they're gonna back out of here. KJ playing for info on mid, and Vixen is almost spotted. Smoke of Cat. And they're making their way through mid. The KJ Molly going into Pizza.
Teleport's ready.
And the KNF does get Sova and Vice. But Yoru's already on B with this TP, pretty sure. And looks like they're gonna be re-hitting A. And Vixen's down to tree, and Dew is waiting for a mid lurk, but just misses the Sova. And Cam gets 2 again in the corner.
30 seconds
And
left.
Wando, and it's
One
already
enemy remaining.
in an instant it's a 3v1. Dew makes his way to tree, and Cam with the 3.
And that's another round for GZGO, bringing it to 6.
Last round before the switch.
Cam really is holding down save really well.
Cover going out. Shadows traveling.
So, 4-man A push again with KJ lurking mid. The 2 buns come out, the dart comes out, and Cam! They don't clear Cam, and he gets 3. They line up perfectly just for him. That corner, they never seem to clear Cam. They know he plays in corners like a rat, but AE just never clears any corner.
Swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Now with Dew, last alive at 10 HP, making his way down to mid, probably going into tree once again, just like last round. We have Wanda looking.
He's about to walk right into a stack.
Yeah.
And just like that, it's 7-5 at half now.
Although Aid made it is 20-9, AE,
Just
they're individually not pulling their weight.
they're relying too heavy on this Jet to get in and get them picks. And some of the rounds, it just looked like he wasn't getting any supporting util.
Yes.
Definitely am interested to see how they play this defense. It looks like, you know, just a normal KJ setup on B. Are they going to give Jet the one way on A and have him push out?
Seems like Omen is looking to A main, probably a one-way, and KO might be knifing.
And it looks like GZGO is set up 5 outside B.
Yeah.
In Yoru and Chamber towards mid.
With their team, I do feel like they're going to be quite aggressive. Their quick rotates, possibly. And yeah, Wando already spotting the Omen. The turret's broken. Dart going down. We have them 2 already through market, and KJ goes down to Wando, and Wando gets another on Sova and CT.
For a second, it looked like Sexy Viking had a small timing in mid sitting inside of his smoke, but they just flooded out.
Yeah. And Cam spots it because of Dink. Oh, but the Molly, the KO Molly does get him by Spade. Cam does come out, spot shifty. And Wando with the 4 in main, let's get a 5. He aces. 2 aces.
2 aces in one game.
That's wonderful. That's amazing. That was such a good play by Wanda, staying in main, smoked off, just waiting for the whole enemy team to pass by.
Nobody cleared him. He just waited, took his timing, and he got his picks.
And this is what I'm noticing about AE. They don't really clear some corners. Like, even on attack, as you see, just Cam could just stay in a single corner and they would not clear him and he'd get easy 2. Only does come up with Vice lurking on B main. The
KJ fight here.
And Dude does almost if Dude didn't move, headshot would have been guaranteed and probably could have won. But
they haven't shown any information here on A. They could be just waiting. Ooh. Now they're regrouping for the 5.
Seems like already gonna rotate onto A, but the Euro TP going into hell. Smoke's going down, blind's going down. They're in sight. The Saxon Viking and Vixen gets 1, Wando gets 1. And a quick TP. And 8 minute with 1.
We redo it, could be winnable.
Cam is spotted. They know he's there. Shockrush going down. Cam is 1 tap. But Wando with the 3.
Wando coming in to just finish out the round, cleaning everything up.
Wando is shining in these attack rounds. We didn't see much of him on defense, but on attack,
he may just be a second half kind of guy.
Yeah, personally, I'm kind of like that too. You got to get that first half to warm up a bit, you know, and get that aim up, and then on the second half you'll be down pretty good.
Like they're setting up 5 outside B again. They could be trying to take this fast with the Euro ult to clear and get information on site.
Wando already with the ult, and the quick line to deny any early peeks by AE. And the dart does go through Vic, KJ, and Sova.
Quick flash.
On site, a quick rotate by KO already, and Wando is detected, and do. And Wando gets 1. Wando gets 2. What a quick transfer from head to head. It's like KO's getting ready for it. What a kill! With the flash. Another ace. Do we... Oh. And Marlboro with 2 sheriff kills.
And now GZGO gets 10 first.
Yep.
Defenders break.
Looks like we got a timeout from Alter Ego.
Yeah, it's a much needed timeout because it's 10-5, and I feel like the coach has to tell the team to step it up.
They won. Alter Ego took first 2 rounds. It looked almost like too easy for them, and then they lost their bonus. And then from there, it went back and forth for a few rounds, and now GZGO just looks like they're taking the whole show.
Yeah, Wando is really shining. His aggressive gameplay with his really good aim. Like last round, his headshot, just the 2 head transfers were really, really good.
It's looking like this is GZGO's game. I don't want to call it early because, you know, anything could happen coming off of a timeout, but unless Alter Ego changes something majorly, then I think this will be over in a few rounds.
Definitely, but just prediction, you know. Things could change after timeout. Their momentum could have swayed, you know. But
And with
this,
Aid made it set up here outside of B, looking like he might be taking aggressive. He could get a pick and change the tide of the round.
yeah. And it seems like a default by the team. And they spot. There's 4 on B on the AE side on defense, and looks like they're going to make their way into A through tree. With Omen and Vice taking space on A main.
A quick TP out by Chamber. Avoid.
Oh, and Spade. Oh, he spots 2, pretty sure. And
They're backing up.
yeah, they notice.
like this is
And there's
definitely
one in
gonna
the
be an
flank,
A
and and Shifty gets a
A
trade.
good trade by Shiftry.
Yep. It's like he should have been notified about the trip being activated, but I guess it was too late. And he,
GZGO just takes all of A, basically for free.
yeah. And we have 4 man into heaven, and we have a Vixen in tree.
4v4, both duelists are down.
We gotta do Sheriff, and oh, misses the headshot, and Vixen on Cam with the 2.
And it's over in an instant. Another round for GZGO.
Seems like AE's defense is quite lacking. Like, they can't hold their sight on their own. I'm sure this is what happens when you rely on one player too much. If you can't aim well, then it's hard to hold sight by your own.
I don't want to be, you know, like judgmental or anything, but it genuinely feels like AE is just relying heavily too much on the jet.
Exactly. And that's not something you should do.
Revealing area.
And once again, Aid made it again with the first pick. The Euro does go down. They get their info. They spot 2 or 3 and Shifty at the 1 and
Saxy Viking trades it.
Yeah, trades through the smoke.
Looking at another possible timing here in tree with KO set up right outside, and he gets the pick.
One enemy remaining.
A double.
Spike down A.
All down to Wando in a 1v4 here. He doesn't even have the spike yet.
Wando in tree. Does he get 1? No. Spade with 30k to finish it off. It's the first round for AE on defense, and this could change the momentum and make them play better.
All it does take is 1 round to shift the entire momentum of the game. A little bit of an alarm there. But
Yep.
looking like their GZGO set up 4 outside B. Looks like they're gonna send 3 towards mid, and then they have their Vice set up right outside of A.
Yeah. This looks like their usual play. Heavy mid and very aggressive, like I predicted on the first round of defense.
Very fast too.
Yeah.
They want that mid space and they're taking it. And Alter Ego is just giving up that market space.
They don't have much util for info really, so they have to use their own players to figure out where the players are on the enemy team. And it's like Wanda's already gonna be looking at the KJ, and Dude gets 2.
Walk into 2.
And Shifty gets half the trade. And Shifty gets another. And Shifty gets a 3rd.
3rd.
They're not looking.
Shifty just
Mahoom
walks in and takes the space like he owns it.
Seems as if Mahoom was arc at all, and neither was Aid made it.
The 3v2, this is very winnable.
Yeah.
But they are stalled by this Razor Vine here. Can't really do much.
This Razor Vine is very, very annoying to go through. But it is broken. But a flash comes through. Cam is spotted, but can't get their aim on him at all.
Match point.
Sorry, and we're already at match point. Second timeout. Yeah.
Second timeout for the defenders.
Yep, for defender AE.
Feel like Alter Ego just aren't like you said earlier, individualistically, not every player is here showing up and playing at a level that they should be playing. I mean, if we look at the scoreboard here, it's 23 and 14 on Aid Made It, and then the second highest is Dew at 9 and 14.
Haven't even hit double digits at all, and it's kind of disappointing after the roster changes last minute. When you're changing a roster, a teammate, you're expecting a better player, more of a, like stats and more impact, but
And then
I feel like they're regretting their choice.
And then across the board, when we look at GZGO, every player is putting up, their numbers. Like we've got 18, 18, 15, 14, 9. Like each player is doing their individual tasks. They're getting their picks, They're getting their trades, they're playing together.
Although we do see Vix in the chamber, 9 and 10, he has been very impactful with his peaks and TPs, getting information about where the enemies are, getting that early first kill, or even if being killed, he knows he's there for the info. And
kills
really
aren't everything. His positioning is good. His picks that he does get typically, set the pace for the round because he had a lot of those early picks on defense.
Yeah. Now seems like a mid push once again, but this time from mid top. We do have AE pushing to A main. Dew gets one.
We get one down
with the headshot.
Dew goes down as well.
We don't know where he's looking, and Spade whiffs.
Spade 3 for Shifty.
Whiff. Can we see another ace here?
We have Wando all the way up in tree already.
Oh, it's already up. Window's not broken, but he could get 2 here. And
he gets 1.
Oh, with the
2v1.
quick flick.
Everything resting on Manhoon's shoulders right now.
It is very winnable here, but the shock dart peeks out, and Vixen comes to close it off.
Attackers win.
GZ.
That's game 1.
Takes it. A clean 13.
Very surprising
on Ascent.
I thought it would be much more balanced, like a close game, but 13-6. Very. And Aid made it with the match MVP, 23 and 15. Must be feeling very disappointed about his team. We can see almost every single person on AE is below the other team, except for Aid made it.
Definitely felt like a case of just not everybody was there. While GZGO just felt more put together in that situation, in my opinion.
Yeah. But Wando, I'd say, was the star of the attack side for DCGO. He's shining like in the aggressive situations. He doesn't need to rely on his util that much. His raw aim is just very pure, like very strong. And Cam, with his ability to hold on the defense, his sight alone, getting at least 2 picks before being killed, and also sits around, leading to, I'd say, somewhat easy win on this map for DCGO.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Didn't want to, say I called it, but I did predict. I had GZGO winning this.
I did too. I'd say the last minute roster changes was not the play. The roster change. They must regret dropping Kyle and CJ. Those 2 players.
They dropped
probably...
CJ?
Yeah, CJ.
Oh no.
From what I heard, they dropped him for apparently his attitude, as I would like to. That have been informed, but I would like to argue that that's not something you should really, because CJ would have been their top player.
Definitely.
Along with
CJ is I feel like if they feel like keeping CJ would have been the more better pick, in my opinion. CJ is a phenomenal player. He definitely would have kept the team rolling.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's it for this map, and we'll be waiting for the next map, which is, I believe, Sunset. And we'll see you then.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. I'm Jaden. Sadly, Wampy had to leave. I'm joined in by Clean, who was here last map. Clean, how are you doing?
I'm pretty sick today. Got a fever of 100.7, but I'm still here.
Oh, I feel so bad for you, man. But you know who is definitely also feeling bad? Alter Ego after the 6-13 loss on map 1. That was not fun,
Yeah.
was it?
Did not look fun, honestly. They looked really good those first 2 pistol rounds at the very beginning of the game, or the first round pistol, and then the following round. But then after that, it went up, down, and then just out of nowhere, it felt like GZGO just took the whole show, winning round after round after round.
Yeah, I mean, it was dominating, and it was really a one-player game for Alter Ego. And we'll see how they bounce back on a map they didn't pick, by the way. Sunset is GZGO's map, which definitely makes this way more dangerous.
Honestly, with the first map going to GZGO, it just feels like Alter Ego is already, they've lost their map pick. You know, 4 players out of their team didn't have a very good performance. Their mental's got to be somewhere below, you know, positive. It's going to be a tough climb here. I'm interested to see what kind of comps we're going to see and how Alter Ego plans to come back from this.
Yeah, and just looking at the leaderboard from last map, our MVP was admitted. I don't know how to say your name either. I know Wampy had trouble with that, but 23 and 15 for Alter Ego, but that wasn't enough. Alter Ego, you know, the bottom half of their scoreboard is what hurt them. The fact is, GZGO, every single one of their players were positive, and that is what decided the game.
Definitely was, with, you know, when one team relies so heavily on that one player and he can't carry the entire team, which honestly just wasn't possible in my opinion in this kind of scenario. But then when you look over at GZGO, every player was doing their job. Everything looked so like standard. It looked very disciplined, and just one after another, they were just playing off of each other, proper util, and they just kept their mental up, kept going.
Yeah, and they were a team that, you know, if you gave them a little bit of space, if you gave them the 1v1s, they were going to win every time. That's what made them so special. I'm very excited to see what that team is able to do in the near future.
Absolutely. Looking forward to see what they can do, what they can continue to do here. Looking for a clean 2-0 here would be an amazing start for them to this season. They just got to keep playing their game, and I feel like they've got it made out for them. I feel like they are the favorites here.
Well, if we look at the next upcoming map, it's none other than the famous Sunset. A map just so known for being fun. It's chaotic. Everyone's always loves a good Sunset map. And now, what can you expect coming in?
I'm thinking what I'd like to see, you know, would be something, you know, non-standard, something nonsensical, maybe like a Viper Brim kind of setup here, or a team centered around like a bunch of mollies at once. Something, you know, that like adds more depth to the gameplay, something that could be fun to watch for the viewers at home. Don't want to really see, you know, that standard, you know, same carbon copy we see a lot of times. What is it now? I think last time I saw this played, it would have been like Fade, Omen, Neon Arrays, typically like Cypher, unless you're Gen G, and then they always run that Deadlock. And then, you know, maybe a Breach here, something more interesting. We could be looking for like maybe an ISO here. I haven't really seen it much, but I've seen it some places. Just could be, you know, something interesting. I would like to see, you know, more depth to the gameplay.
Most definitely. Now, we're still a good bit from this map 2 starting, and you know, when you're on map 2, it's final stand, it's do or die. Clean, I know you used to play Valorant actually in TCC back when it was a TLE. What does it feel, you know, being on that second map, being down a map? Now,
Being down a map, mentally recover. It's all based on what your team is doing, how you're playing with your team. Because I used to IGL for Solstice last season, and that was something that we kind of struggled with, was mental. You know, you lose that first map, you're coming to the second one already down a game. You know, you have to win the next two if you want to take the series. It's all about, you know, just keeping your team up. You gotta stay positive. You have to stay strong for your team there. Keep bringing them up. You know, tell them that everything's gonna be fine. You know, you gotta take that lead. It's always hard to come back from like a tough loss like that, like a 13-6. That's hard to come back from. That's definitely like a mental impact. But I feel like if Alter Ego can just like play together, pick up some of those lower leaderboard characters like they had, I feel like they could still make a change here. It looked like what they did a lot of time was they would stall out on attack. If they stop doing that, if they keep pushing through, I feel like, you know, a lot of the time that can help get them more rounds. But it's, you know, it's going to be hard. They're definitely going to be down a little bit. Especially since this isn't their map pick, it's going to be twice as much of a fight.
Most definitely, but it looks like both teams are ready to hop into this one as we get ready to go on to Sunset. Map 2, folks, if you're just tuning in, it's been so far a one-sided series, 6-13 on map 1 for GZGO as we get ready for some map 2 action on Sunset. And just looking at some of these early selections, some early hovers, what are you feeling, Clean?
Well, last game we saw Vixen here for GZGO on Chamber, but now they've got him moved over to Neon. So that's an interesting change, especially with Wando going from their duelist, their solo entry, onto a breach. Just interesting thing. We got Shifty still on that Sova, KM on the Omen, and Marlboro's 100 still on the Sentinel. And then we take a look over here at Alter Ego, putting Aid made it onto Brim here with no duelist hovered yet. Saxy by Reyna is a interesting hover. We still have Dew on the Senti, Saxy Viking on the Smokes again, and then Mayhem on the Sova, just like he was last time. The Neon pick, see, it's pretty standard. Used to seeing that here. Looking for that final pick from Spade. Probably gonna be, I would hope for an initiator here. Probably just, you know, that breach. Yep, there it is. Just like standard comp. Looks like we're gonna have a mirror here.
Yeah, I always love mirror comps. It really shows you which team prepared better, because you know you're playing with the same agents, you're playing with the same game style, and it all comes down to who prepared just slightly better. Now, everyone, you should be able to see the map bans coming up very, very soon. Taking a second to get it all set up for you guys. There we go. Now you can see the map, the agents, everyone, and honestly, the comps completely mirror, and that is where we really get to see which teams are the better team, which teams are the more disciplined teams, and which teams train better this off season. You know, you have your standard, you have your breach, you have your Sova, you have your Omen, you have your Neon, one of the better duelists in the game if you ask me. Cypher, obviously, Sunset is his home. You know, everyone knows Cypher on that B site, the A site. It's deadly. It's a deadly combo, and both of these teams looking to find any bit of ground coming into map 2.
Definitely looking here, seems like a more B-oriented play here from the attack, which is interesting because they've got Omen set up on B by himself here on the defense.
We're seeing some early mid-aggression manhunt, able to find one, but it looks like Alter Ego is not hunting too well, but due for the smoke, able to find one, evening out back to a 3v3, but no more. Shifty jumping in there, finding the early picking for GZO as they are executing over towards this B site. Saxy had a great angle, but whips a little bit, and Dew on the middle, also able to find one 2v2 situation. Now Saxy shut down by Shifty, who now has 3 on the round with the Sheriffs, and now it's all down to Dew, 10 HP, 1 cage to their name, and a ghost as they work slowly around this garage area, looking for some space, looking for anything, maybe a 1v1. but it's not going to be pretty, and it's not. Shifty finds a 4th on the round as we open up 1-0 in favor of GZGO.
It's an interesting round, to say the least. Just that huge man fight in mid kind of decided it all.
Yeah, and you're completely right. The fight in mid, you know, that's where we see a majority of players drop and do, you know, just isolated from his team. So maybe coming into round 2, we'll see Alter Ego maybe try and play a little bit more together as we're seeing the 5 stack on A, or 4 stack on A. As it's going to be complete chaos down this A main. 8 able to find an early picking there. Cam falls quite early on as... Uh-oh, not a pretty situation for GZGO. As the Classic and Sheriffs can definitely be dangerous here if used correctly. Slow up the right side of A. That one's going to be deadly if they can find the contact, but they're slowly backing off now. We could see a rotate. And look at Mariboro clean. Look at his positioning.
He's all the way in their spawn. Question is, when he got the pick.
Oh, it worked. What a genius play, but he is quickly...
He's gonna get sandwiched here.
Yeah, he's getting sandwiched. It's not looking pretty. He's having to run away, and it's not going to be enough. Able to find another one, though, before being shot down by Manhunt. And that will make it a 3v3 situation now. Bomb's going to be able to go down for GZGO as the post-plant begins for Alter Ego.
Looking a little chalked here for
Deploying drone.
Alter Ego with the 3v2.
One enemy remaining.
And there goes another one. 3v1, all in Manhunt's hands.
Scanning ahead.
Well, Dixon says...
Easy neon slide for the final.
Dixon says that your hands matter nothing compared to my legs. Puts a second on the board for GZGO, as you said. Now we're on to round 3. And, you know, you expect the second round win for GZGO. You know, you win your first, you're always going to win your second. This is the round where it really matters if you lose, if you're Alter Ego. Now, it could get really bad really quickly if you do lose this round. But the chances are, you know, they're going to come in, they're going to win this round, and they're going to win it quickly. Hopefully. Hopefully. You know, nothing is promised in Valor.
Being able to convert on those bonuses, some of the most important rounds in the game.
Fight on the Western Front so far, just seconds into the round, both trying to find some open space, and we're seeing contact in much. It really seems like GZGO wanting to hit on this site. I am not surprised. It's such a pretty sight, honestly. So appetizing, especially when there's only a Cypher, but it's do and hold down a site if they want to, but definitely not going to be pretty. Surrounded by 5 enemies. It's not going to be pretty. Able to find one, maybe looking for a second one here, but no, Wando shoots him down. This bomb's going to be able to go down with no more pressure. 4v4 post-plant situation for Alter Ego. Oh! Whip from Cam puts him on his ass as immediately GZGO down to a 3v4, but Manhunt in great position to find another one. It looks like Alter Ego has a clear shot to win this round unless there's some miracle plays from a player like Marlbro, but there's not, as Spady shoots down both Marlbro and Shifty to put a first one on the board for Alter Ego.
Thanks.
Looks like it looked really good from Alter Ego there. You know, the bonus was played out very well. They just took their fights, they won them, they played together. It's an easy first round for them. They just need to keep this momentum going, and then if they can continue to convert on these rounds, it could look really good for them. But as GZGO continues playing as oppressive as they did last game, I don't know. The scoreboard's looking a lot more even here for Alter Ego than it did last game. You know, it's not being solo carried by Aid Made It. And then, you know, GZGO's just looking the same.
Yeah, I mean, if we can see the overall entire team for Alter Ego improve, it would definitely be nice. But Aiden not looking like how he did last map, but Manhunt able to find one. Saxy in mid able to find one as well, but Marlboro finds their trade. It's still a 3v3 situation, completely even. Both teams looking to find something. And the positioning so far from Alter Ego in this round has been magnificent, but it is not looking pretty on this B site where Shifty has so much space and can catch lead off guard, and they will, finding the easy picking, maybe looking for a second one here. Manhoom watching closely. It's Sova v Sova! And Shifty says, I'm the better Sova player here, as they are working deep behind, and Do catches them on an unlucky timing. 1v2 for the Cypher main, as Bomb's going to go down on A site.
Good use of his ult there to get information. I mean, it was a valiant effort. Even though he goes down there, you know, he tried his best.
They're on the back foot. Let's deliver another blow.
And you know, for these teams, it's really early in the season. First game of the season for all teams. So, you know, maybe Alter Ego, they'll get into final form by the end of the season and make a playoff push. But that's why you got to take these first few games with a grain of salt here. You know, maybe the teams are a little bit unpracticed or just a little bit, you know, not expecting this level of competition. They get used to it by, you know, week 2.
Could also just be, you know, first week jitters. They could be nervous here.
Oh, yeah.
That's just not fair for Marlboro.
Yeah, that didn't look too nervous
Absolutely
right there.
ran down.
Here comes the execute from GZGO on to B side as Bomb. Sorry, Spike is going to be able to be planted. Never mind the ultimate coming out from Manhoom to try and delay them, but eventually it will go down. And uh-oh, Vix, you're on 3 HP, and that breach is out for blood, it looks like. Aiden finally running in. They need to retake this site quickly, and they need to take it nice. Shifty able to find one, but Vix also goes down, evening the round back out. Only 2 players left for GZGO. It's a 2v4 situation. Not necessarily the prettiest. Saxy keeping in, maybe trying to find a good position. Able to find one, but Shifty with 4 and 5. Put an ace on the board for GZGO, securing round 5. The clutch from Shifty. Third ace this map. What the hell?
An immaculate play by Shifty there to just sit in the smoke and look.
Match, not map.
They flooded in, and he just laid them out one by one, getting every single pick in the round. It didn't even look like it was going to be GZGO's round there. It looked very bad, and it was a 4v2, and he just took it all away.
Well, coming in on a crucial round 6 after the clutch. Definitely demoralizing for Alter Ego, but let's see how they respond here. Their defense just trying to find something as the execute beginning over towards this B-side fruit market. Do in a bad position. Sheriff and Hannah, they are just running away. Bomb's going to be able to go down pretty easily onto this B-site. Saxy Viking shut down, unable to find anything with the classic, and Han is there. Goes that Spike. Nick's playing aggressive right here. Finds 3 on the round. Maybe looking for more, but overextends just a little bit. Shot down by Manhoom. Is a 2v4. But we did see a 2v4 last time, and it was just Shifty instead. So maybe we see Manhoom gets a 4K, but it's not going to be pretty as Marlboro goes in behind him, but a 5th on the board for GZGO as they control this game early on.
We have a timeout from Alter Ego. They need to take a second to breathe, you know, think about what's going on. That loss just 2 rounds ago, the 4v2 from the ace on Shifty, has to be like weighing on them heavily, like wondering what could have went wrong, what could have led to that, what could they have done better. You know, it feels like they are playing more together than they did last game, but it still just isn't enough. It feels like Shifty has completely changed the flow from Aid made it being the raid boss last map to Shifty just coming out feeling dominant. 12-2 on round 6 already. It's an immaculate performance here. What kind of things are you seeing here, Jaden?
You know, what I'm seeing is GZGO are just winning their gunfights, man. It's difficult for Alter Egos. They're not winning gunfights. They're whiffing shots, and they're allowing stuff like a 2v4, a 1v5 clutch to happen for Shifty. And you just can't let stuff happen like that. It's undisciplined Valorant. You got to get that out of your system really quickly. But Alter Ego, they have a good coach. They have a bunch of good players. If they can get to their potential, this could be a scary team later on in the season. But right now, GZGO is definitely a team that's caught everyone's attention. Alter Ego, obviously the favorites coming into this game by community polls. But we'll move into round 7 here as GZGO obviously proving most of the doubters wrong pretty early on. Where is the execute onto site? Bomb spike is going to be able to go down pretty quickly for GZGO, and it's been the story of the game, getting that bomb quickly. Can't be able to find one, and Saxy King evening it back up. 4v4, and it's starting to even out, starting to calm down here as the spike settles just a little bit. Still a 4v4 as the execute begin. Vic's in a great position here, now maybe find something, but no, Spidey shoots him down. 3v3 still, though. And Cam is on a deadly flank. Manhoom on bomb, holding it. Here comes the ultimate. From Shifty, finds one. Cam finds their third on the round. And Speed finds one, but nothing more to Shifty's ultimate gets him down and puts a 6 on the board for GZGO. And despite the timeout, Alter Ego unable to find anything.
Just another, looks almost like, I wouldn't say flawless, but a well played around by GZGO, using the breach ult to get on the site, getting the plant, and then playing back and waiting to use that Hunter's Fury. Just looks incredibly disciplined. They aren't overextending here. They aren't taking bad gunfights. They're playing their ones properly. They're playing off of each other. It just looks immaculate.
You're right. Immaculate is a great way to decide it. It's beautiful Valorant, and it makes a former coach like myself tear up a little bit. Just beautifully played, a lot of great talent, but for Alter Ego, there's a lot to learn from this map early on, but every game is winnable. You got to keep that mentality, and there's still an entire halftime and so much more Valorant to play. As GZGO pushing themselves deep up this middle. Manhoom just jumped right there. Cam also able to find one. The Omen diff on the other side of the map. 3v5 right now for Alter Ego. Marlboro shoots down Aid, and now Do maybe trying to find something here on the flank, but no, nothing. Marlboro finds their second on this round, and now it's down to Spidey, left alone to try and find something, but no. Put the third on the board for Marlboro, and a 7th on the board for GZGO. They're going.
Oh, they're going all right. Going straight to victory.
Yeah, look at Shifty, 14-2.
Another timeout.
Our second timeout by Alter Egos already. Not even at half yet. 7-1. It's just 5 rounds in a row from GZGO here after only losing on that 3rd round bonus. It just, you have to start to think, what is going so wrong for Alter Ego that they can't convert a single round?
And you know, you talked a little bit about the mid-season or right before this game making some roster changes, and maybe they shouldn't have made the roster changes. Maybe this is just an effect of, you know, getting used to a new roster. We got to keep that stuff in mind. So, you know, it's a newer roster to get.
Giving them time and stuff definitely could be a good team. Like, they have it looks like they have the potential to, like, be better than what they're doing now. But right now, it just feels like they're kind of sloppy here. It looks like they're making a lot of mistakes that they shouldn't be making here.
We will see.
Leading rounds that they definitely shouldn't.
Yeah,
definitely.
You're right. I mean, you know, I'm gonna talk about that Shifty ace because, man, it was iconic. 1v4. This shouldn't be lost, ever. And you
Never.
drop it. So, situational Valorant, people, and it's something that they're gonna learn over time, especially when you play against good teams like GZGO, who will punish you quite early on. And Alter Ego staring down the barrel of a first round defeat. Marlboro finding early picks onto Saxy as they're just trying to push up this mid area, take as much space. Dude left alone on site. I'd be horrified. Yeah, you got to get out of there. But it's not going to be enough. Cam shoots him down for the smoke as bomb goes down. Oh, and another nice shot there from Marlboro, who is just hunting right now. But, oh, Spade shoots him through the cage. Clean shot right there is now 2v4. Still winnable here for Alter Ego. Wando trying to find a shot here. Aid only able to find one. Spade finds 1 and 2. Puts a third on the round. Now it's a 1v1. Definitely winnable here for the breach main. But no. Bad timing as Shifty peeks out and secures this round.
Revealing area.
For a second there, it looked like Alter Ego might have a chance to put a second one on the board, but that fell apart pretty quickly.
You gotta think though, but you know, him getting 3 there definitely is a mental boost that could help give them the little edge that they need to start winning some rounds here. Even though they couldn't win that one, you know, it's never over till it's over.
Yeah, you're completely right. Valorant is a game where it doesn't matter if you're down 0-12. This game is winnable. You can make a comeback. It's not like other sports where if you're down big, no chance. This is a, you know, competitive 1st to 13 game, and you got to keep that in your mind. Every game's winnable, even if it doesn't look like it. And right now, not too much hope, but it was a small glimpse, as you said, as Ultra Ego looking to hold down on this beast at a good read from their IGL. Looks like the execute going to be beginning for GZGO as they're quickly taking space, and whom left alone, Dinger in hand as they try maybe find something. Bombs going to be able to go down quite easily and quite quickly.
Spike planted.
Boom. There he goes. Spike down. Vic's able to find one dude who falls.
I know exactly.
Barrow find one as well. Man whom falls. Aid did find one as well. Spade also one. And just like that, this round looks very winnable. Saxy Viking alone though in a 1v2. Sheriff in hand. They're going to need something, some sort of miracle here. Util not in their advantage. Has 1 TP and 1 smoke to their nameless of the Vandal, but it's not enough as Cam says, I am the better omen here, and puts another round on the board for GZ. And this is getting ugly.
It is 9-1. It's like, it just looks utter dominance here from GZGO. Well, Alter Ego just can't seem to click and get the rounds going for themselves.
We will see coming in here on round 11, 1 round from halftime, which marks really the only chance Ultra Ego is going to get, is they're looking to pick up these last 2 rounds of the half and force it into a 9-3 curse. Come on, we all love a good 9-3 curse and a comeback story. And we're all rooting for you, Ultra Ego. Even the GZGO fans. They want a more competitive game.
No, we don't.
A little bit spicy on Miz. It's Marlboro, who's been a lurk demon, lurk merchant.
Cover going out.
Finding so many lurk kills. Oh my gosh. Aid able to find one, but then immediately shot down by Marl, who's looking for another one, but no, shot down by Viking. Round 11 here. Numbers in favor of Ultra Ego for the first time in what feels like forever. But they do have a completely clear A site. That will give them a free spike planted as the rotate begins for GZGO, for Ultra Ego. Ultimate comes in from Mandarin, trying to delay them as long as possible. Just 30 seconds left on this clock, and uh-oh, Manhoom's ultimate is beautiful. Spade able to find 1. 2 also able to find 1. Wanda goes down, and now it is just Shifty all alone. And are they shifty enough to maybe find a clutch here? Shifty pushing up, going to find something here. Able to find 1. 31 HP left though. Not much utility. 1v3. Are they good for the 4K? 12 seconds left on the clock. Not looking pretty here. Has bomb nowhere near them. Shifty. Are they shifty? Oh, looking for just something. You peek one, and you get peeked by the other one, and there it is. Ultra Ego finally finding their second round and finding somewhat of a voice that round.
Last round in the
as
half.
we are now to the last round of the half.
Love to see it. It looked a lot better from Alter Ego there. You know, it's a 3v1. They aren't just like solo peeking Shifty and main. They're waiting it out. You know, they see it could have been a good call by someone. You know, the timer's low. Just wait him out. Don't peek him. And that's what they did. They just waited it out. He walked into them. They got the final kill, and it was a round over and a round 1 for them.
Well,
we need more rounds like that out of them if they want to win this game.
Yeah, you're right. And it's a beautiful round from Ultra Ego, showing that they still got some fight left in them. Played well, and now they're looking for maybe 1 more round to end off this half with some momentum. Maybe changing the trajectory of this game. Something that they're definitely hoping for.
They found my wire.
So far,
Definitely
default
hoping for
coming
it.
in from GZGO. We're really working this A side. Now we're starting to work over to the A side where there's no one on site except men who just worked it back onto site and maybe
Take flight.
wanting to peek out of this. Oh no, if you don't time that right, got him peek, but we'll be able to get away. Flash comes in as the execute again. Aid already falling. Manhoom left alone in the back of sight, trying to find something, able to find one. Maybe looking for a second one here, but he is paranoid. He's looking for something, but no. Wando shoots him down. Fade also able to find one, keeping this at a 3v3. Spike will be able to go down as well for GZGO. 3v3, very winnable here for Ultra Ego, but also GZGO has an incredible post plant, even when they're down numbers. But we'll see what exactly here they can do. Cam peeking out, able to find one, and Shifty! As now it's just Dew left alone, a 1v3, looking for a miracle, for a clutch here to push momentum more in Ultra Ego's way, but it's not looking necessarily the prettiest. Dew looking for something, but no, he's out-cyphered, as that'll put a 10th round on the board for GZGO. They're just 3 rounds away from putting this series in the history books.
10-2.5 is not a good look for Alter Ego, to be honest, but with GZGO just playing, like, it looks just so well. It just looks like good Valorant. Something I enjoy watching. They're just winning the rounds, they're winning their ones, the utilities coming out. While that second round win by Alter Ego did look great, and it was very disciplined of them. They need to be doing that more. Should have been doing that earlier on. They wouldn't have led as many rounds. Would have been a closer game. But here we were looking into the second half. What do you think is going to happen? Any predictions?
I always root for the comeback.
That's fair to say.
10 rounds in a row, I believe. 10 rounds in a row, I believe. Oh. That's a great start for it, too. Aid able to find a early one on the Marlboro Falls. Wow, look at how quickly they took that A side, but a double flank coming in from Vix and Shifty.
Spike planted.
Spike able to go down on this A side. Vix able to find one, maybe looking for a second one. No, shut down by Dew. He's quickly getting out of there. Spade also able to find one. Does put them in a good position to be 4. Just Wando and Cam left alone here. Man, in a great position. I'm gonna find one. Uh-oh. Cam left alone, but nothing else. Ultra Ego putting a 3rd on the round, and hey, that's a good start to the half.
Definitely is. That early pick on the Cypher there by Admitted looked great. It set the early tempo for the round. They used that to scale up and just take sight, and then they won their ones. They double peaked together and on that flank and got their trade, and then it just from there just everything fell into place, and then they got their 3rd round.
It was definitely round 14 here. If you're just tuning in for us, it's been a one-sided game. GZGO controlling their destiny thus far, as they won map 1 6-13, and now currently lead map 2 10-3. But Ultra Ego trying to find something, because they did find their the first round at halftime. It all quiet downs. Ultra Ego working back over towards this A side. Definitely their stronger site. They look to get spiked down quite quickly, something they do very well. Now they're pushing deep inside, and it's not really working too well. Bro able to find one, but A did also find one. Vixen also goes down, and now it's Wando and Shifty left alone. Now Shifty left alone on 45 HP to try and find nothing, as a 4th on the board for Ultra Ego, and starting to look more like a Valorant team.
Absolutely. You want to win those second rounds. You're supposed to win them. Statistically speaking, you should win them. It's when you don't that you start to question whether things are going wrong or not. But they won it. Now we have to see what they'll be able to do here on the 3rd round, the bonus. Historically, they didn't win it on the last map. They won it in the first half, but it wasn't their bonus. But here they could get it. If they do win it, it could set a new tempo for the match, and they could just take this and keep going. Yeah,
that's what they've been doing these past few rounds. Start off the half strong with 2 round wins, but now this is a round where if you can hit momentum so far in your, I don't know how much I agree, lower while having a little bit longer gunfights is artists. hey, I'm not the player playing in TCC right now, am I? I'm just the commentator who's been watching Valorant for a while. But Aiden maybe knows something I don't. Jumping in, able to find one, maybe looking for a second one, getting away. Warbro running away as they are able to just get out of this, peeking out, maybe trying to find something. Bomb going to be able to go down for Ultra Ego. Numbers in favor of them as well, as Cam went down to the spam from Aiden. It was very impressive. Aiden now pushing deep. Wando able to find one man whom goes down as well. Now it's Vixen. Trying to find one, two. Also falls. Uh-oh, it's starting to fall apart. Saxy Viking was not ready. 2v3 situation now. Spade unable to find anything as Marlboro also helps clears it up. GZGO puts their 11th on the board and inches ever so closer to that beautiful 13.
Yeah, definitely, it's gonna happen, You're gonna lose those bonuses, but you can't let that get you down. Alter Ego can't let that affect their mental. They gotta keep pushing. There's still a chance that they could bring this back. There's a chance they could win it without even going into overtime here. They want to try and prevent, GZGO from getting their 12th. Because it's kind of hard to keep pushing after they get that 12th, because then you're on last stand every round.
Yeah, I mean, this is really game. This round right here is game at this point for Ultra Ego. Execute the spinning onto this ace site. Ace finding early picks onto Vixen. Balls. There you go. Finding the push into this ace site, which has definitely been the stronger site for them so far this game. Wando trying to find something here, but the movement from Aiden almost too strong, but they do end up finding the kill. Spade shoots him down, and Spade finds the second one. Shifty also falls. 3v2 situation now. Bomb still not down. Two separated from Spade. That is so deadly too on the flank. I'm able to find anything, and now it's down to Spade to maybe try and clutch. 55 seconds left on the clock, and they have time to rotate, and they will maybe. Oh, faking out the catchers. I see. That's not very nice, is it? They maybe having an opportunity, but no. Cam with the quick reaction time finds their third on the round and put a 12th on the board for GZGO, and it's match point.
In the words of my glorious King Boaster, the best rule of 1v1s is to always rotate when you're the last man alive. So, he should have rotated. They were both on site there. It just was a misplay, Can't blame him. He probably thought that they had rotated off, that they were leaving, and he thought he'd get it for free.
Yeah, just Cam did that big brain of his. Big Omen brain. Omen players either are the dumbest players or the smartest players in my experience. I was one of the dumb ones. Moving into round 17, Cam on the flank here with the ultimate. And uh-oh, he got jumped. Wasn't his smartest decision, but it's okay. Vixen now on a double flank. That's definitely scary, ain't it? Now they're trying to execute on this side. They're trying to take the state. They're trying to find something. Aiden's going to fall for the 4 situation. Marlboro was the one to find that kill. And it's very hard for them to execute. Wando able to find 2. Shifty 1, and Marlboro will put this one out of reach. 13 on the board. And that's game.
It's over. I just warmed up.
GZGO ending this series 2-0 in dominating fashion.
Definitely. It's just like I said, they never wanted to let GZGO get to that 12, because then every round's last stand, and even with that pick on Cam, they still lost the round. It has to feel like a tragic defeat, because you come in, you just made roster changes, you have a feeling that you pick players for the better, and then it just didn't work. With a total of 10 rounds combined off both maps, you have to just wonder, where did things go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely went wrong in a few places, but it's okay. We'll maybe see Ultra Ego back next week if they don't have a bye. And they'll definitely have some time to recover and to think and to try and fix what went wrong. What did go wrong?
Yeah, definitely give them some more server time together as a team, and things could look a lot better. But tonight it just didn't look good. It looked very sloppy, very unpolished and undisciplined, at least in my opinion.
Well, Well, we're trying to get a look at the stats, but not pulling up just yet. So there we go. Sunset as we crown our MVP. Morrow Bro. It's not surprising. 20, 10, 2 first kills, ACS of 326, just dominating fashion.
Absolutely. He was king of those flanks. It felt like every round he got all the way up through mid. He was always good for 1, if not 2.
Yeah, it was just great playing from all of GZ. Oh. And it just got rid of my stats. It doesn't love me, does it?
You think it went to go get some milk?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm a little bit thirsty myself. Well, everyone, thank you all for tuning in to TCC on RBN Kickoff. It was a pleasure to cast alongside you, Clean, and it was a pleasure to cast for you all. I'm your host, Hydrox, or better known as Jaden, and we will see you all next time. Peace out.
Watch me as I take off. I'll be working until I have all of my days off. Then I'm surfing in California when I'm paid off. I'll be blurring my vision, sipping on that bass sauce. La da da, watch out, I'm coming, yeah. I know, I'm a hustler. I go, got me running, got me gunning for thrones. I won't go back, no pass, blow past so fast. I'm gone, grow fast, big splash, all cash. Like watch me as I take off. I'll be working until I have all of my days off. Then I'm surfing in California when I'm paid off. I'll be blurring my vision, sipping on that bass sauce. La da da, I'll be eating Kobe steak hot. La da da, got that fish sushi grade raw. La la la, I'm on vacation, I'ma stay off. La la la, now I'm taking all my days off. La la la, yeah, I'll be in the top spot, putting